with Team William only India. Please go through the disclaimer that the registration granted by the SEBI, membership of BASN, and certification from NSM is no way guarantee performance of the intermediary or provide any assurance of return to investors. Investors in the security markets are subjected to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. So we'll be discussing a lot of levels on the sector from on the Nifty, Bank Nifty maybe. We'll be answering your queries regarding the stocks, discuss some levels in those stocks. Please do not consider those as an investment advice. It is just for the knowledge sharing purpose. Okay, so as always, let's begin with the Nifty 50 setup. So the things are looking quite good. And first of all, congratulations to all of you, all the market participants. We had 25K mark today. And the good part is we even closed above that level. Okay. So since the low that we made on the result day, June 4th, the reversal has been very good. Okay, so in the next 2 months, we have climbed almost 3,000 points. The rally is almost 3,000 points. And in that process, we never closed below the 21 DM. एक दो बार अभी 21 DMA के ऊपर नीचे हुआ था, थोड़ा volatile था वहां पे, but we never closed below 21 DMA. So that's positive for the market. We are trading almost 5% above the 50 DMA. So we are not expecting major further extension from here. Generally, we have discussed it a couple of times. 5, 6, 6.5% extension is always, it brings some bit of consolidation or some correction here and there. So broadly अभी एक लेवल पे हम आ गए, यहाँ से 1-1.5% की ऊपर एक क्विक जगह है. उससे बेटर ऐसा नहीं लगता कि वहां से कोई मेजर रैली हो जाएगा, राइट. Now, the important thing over here is that the distribution day count, which indicates the weakness in the general market, is very low. Abhi distribution day count only one hai. At the start of the week, it was 2, but on Monday, one distribution day expired. So distribution day kya hota hai? 0.2% fall on a volume higher than previous session. So जब तक वो accumulate नहीं हो जाता, moving averages के ऊपर है, we are confident on the market rally, we are positive on the market rally. Okay. Now, the important part is the broader market. So we have seen some bit of sell-off as far as the broader market is concerned. And yeah, as far as Nifty, if you are looking for levels, I think first level will be 750, second will be 550. So दो level mark कर लो यहाँ पे, which are very crucial as of now, 750, okay, and 550. It might continue to change क्योंकि ये 10 EMA और 21 DMA है, ठीक है. तो if I give you more broader level, then it's 600 to 800. तो ये वीक देखो, नेक्स्ट वीक देखो, 24,600 to 24,800 में कहीं भी निफ्टी अपना बॉटम या फिर एक सपोर्ट लेना चाहिए. ऊपर की साइड में वी हैव ऑलरेडी क्लोज्ड अबाउट 25,000 लेवल. So we are in a blue sky zone, so maybe 2-3% rally from here can be watched out if we are able to hold about the 25,000 level. The one thing that is to be noted is the mid caps and the small caps. So yesterday they also made a fresh high, but I think today when Nifty was making a new high, they were not in the support. And one more thing over here to be noted is about the volume. So we always talk about the price volume action. And over here, since last few days when the mid cap index was making a new high, there was no major volume on the positive side, right? So that is a bit matter of worry. So some consolidation or some pullback to 21 DMA expected. So broadly, I think mid cap में देखो, निफ्टी में देखो, या फिर कोई भी sectorial indexes में देखो, तो 21 DMA becomes very crucial to watch out as of now. Now, if we go to few of the leading sectors, okay, then banks are already below 21 DMA. So till the time they reclaim the 21 DMA, I don't think banking will be able to support this rally. The only good part over here is the 50 DMA support. एक क्लीन सपोर्ट मिला था फ्राइडे को और मंडे को. ठीक है, दोनों दिन 50 डीएमए पे अच्छा सपोर्ट मिला. ठीक है, ट्यूसडे को ऊपर गया बट 21 पे रुक गया. सो दिस इज अ प्रॉब्लम. वी आर stuck between the 21 and 50 DMA as far as the bank nifty is concerned. And once we go either side, or कोई भी side गया, अगर 50 breach किया, then we might see some correction, some fall over here. And if Nifty Bank में अगर थोड़ा fall दिखा, then I think even on the Nifty we might see some bit of correction. And if we Bank Nifty goes about 21 DMA 52,000 या 52,100 के ऊपर गया, then we might see some good momentum over here. If we look at the few other sectors, Nifty Auto, so yeah, it is trading at a fresh high. Okay, so after a bit of consolidation over here, that the momentum regained again. So यहाँ पे एक अच्छा रैली हुआ, उसके बाद कंसोलिडेशन हुआ, 50 डीएमए पे सपोर्ट मिला. सी दिस इज ऑलवेज गुड. 2150 पे एक बार सपोर्ट लेके जब कोई भी चीज भागती है, then the sustainability is always high. And see, always it takes support at 50 DMA. Multiple times in last 1 year, it has taken support very close to 50 DMA, and it has given an excellent rally. I think auto index also over here. So just now I was looking at briefly, I looked at Tata Motor result. It was very good. Even Maruti reported a decent set of numbers. So I think broadly, the results as well as the monthly numbers of these companies have delivered it well. So वहां से कोई major pressure आए ऐसा नहीं लग रहा. So we might see some good momentum to continue in the auto stocks as well. But technically, they are quite extended. So you also need to be careful over there. Something here and there, you might see some notable fall over here. Now, if we look at Nifty IT, so this time the results were decent, and it has sustained. इस बार का जो gain है, अगर आप weekly पे देखोगे ना, तो पिछली कई बार से जैसे कि 2022 में इसने एक हाई बनाया था 21 या 22 में. वहां से एक बार ये फॉल चालू हुआ, देन इट वाज नॉट एबल टू रिक्लेम इट्स की लेवल्स. ठीक है, यहाँ पे हर बार फंस जाता था. इट वेंट थ्रू अ लॉन्ग कंसोलिडेशन, उसके बाद ब्रेकआउट दिया, बट इट फेल्ड अगेन. बट नाउ इट इज मूविंग हायर अगेन, एंड इट हैज मेड अ फ्रेश ऑल टाइम हाई. उसका 39,400 का था, उसके ऊपर पहली बार अभी लास्ट वीक में गया. सो इट इज ट्रेडिंग अबाउट 40,000 नाउ, एंड दिस इज वेरी पॉजिटिव. सो no, broadly, agar Nifty IT has helped in the Nifty a lot. It had formed a huge cup with handle formation. Okay, and now it has given a clean breakout over here after handle formation. So we might see some momentum over here. Even if it corrects, then I think this level 38,500 के around एक अच्छा support मिलेगा इसको. जहां वहां पे जब भी सपोर्ट मिलके रिबाउंड हो जाए, देन द क्वालिटी स्टॉक्स इन द आईटी सेक्टर यू मे ऑलवेज look for them. If you look at realty, again a very good sector. Okay, supported 50 DMA, हर बार 50 DMA पे सपोर्ट लेके अच्छा मोमेंटम देता है. Now again, I think since June 18 को हाई बना के this has been falling. One of the top winner of last 2 years is now a bit on the downside if you consider from the high. Has breached 21 DMA, 50 के around थोड़ा struggle कर रहा है. But again, it found support at 50 and now it is trying to move higher. So I think if this half एक आध परसेंट का अच्छा मूव आता है वॉल्यूम पे, then you will see some good rally coming back in realty sector. So the way the organized players का जो फंडामेंटल इंप्रूव हुआ है, बैलेंस शीट इंप्रूव हुआ है, ठीक है, इन्वेंटरी लो लेवल पे है, the demand is high for the organized player as real estate properties. So they are getting a very good moment. That's what getting reflected since last 1.5 2 years in the chart of Nifty Realty. Now, if you look at the FMCG, Here it was struggling a bit early this year. Okay, if I look at the annotations, yes, see, from Feb to June, it was under pressure. Then I think after the election result, okay, after the coalition government and the government's focus next to be on the rural economy, improving consumption, there is a huge rally that we saw on the FMCG index, and it is quite extended from key moving averages. But broadly, here also somewhat similar pattern to what we saw in IT. Okay, looks like a saucer formation, then a handle, and then a breakout over here. So here again, we might see some good momentum this year in the FMCG index. It's placed really well. Even I think the rural consumption is improving. The rural economy जो जॉब पे अभी फोकस था इस बार बजट का, ठीक है, जो वहां से थोड़ा एक मोमेंटम मिलेगा इसको. 21 डीएमए इंपॉर्टेंट है. इट माइट टेस्ट ओवर ईयर. सो एक आध हजार पॉइंट लाइक 1.5-2% फॉल की जगह है यहाँ पे भी. If we fail to reclaim the new high, we might see some 1.5-2% of fall over here, and then a rally might continue from here. Let's look at metals, and then we go to your questions. Okay, here it has already breached 50 DMA and trying to form a bottom over here. And so you need to wait over here, let it reclaim the 50 DMA. एक बार ये 50 DMA around 97-9800 के ऊपर जब ट्रेड करता है, then you go for the quality stocks in the metal index. Till the time you wait, there was a good rally, I think, once the Chinese economy was getting rebounded and the prices of the metal globally were improving. So it had a huge rally this year, right from the November till almost 6-7 months, 8 months के लिए एक अच्छा rally किया. So I think this is normal. After a huge rally, going through a phase of consolidation is always good. So we want this to resume its rally as early as possible. क्योंकि ब्रॉडली फंडामेंटल्स अच्छे हैं मेटल्स में, दैट इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम. प्राइस भी ग्लोबल मार्केट में एक डिसेंट लेवल पे है. ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई प्राइस क्रैश हो गया है. इकोनॉमिकल जो ग्रोथ है ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी का, वहां पे इम्पैक्ट से सीधा मेटल में इम्पैक्ट आएगा, वो भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं. इवन अवर डोमेस्टिक स्टील डिमांड इज क्वाइट robust, so no problem over there. I think if now any group, any sector comes up, we will discuss it during the your queries. So now let the chat box be open, and we'll try to answer as many questions as possible. Okay, me, Rajshekar, and Wakar, we three will be taking your questions turn by turn. And a request, please do not post your queries multiple times, because as this is a live session, it becomes tough to scroll back and keep on replying. So if you just post it once, we will try to cover it.
Thanks, Roshan. Vakaria, I'll take queries from you.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the first come first queries only. Initially, give me Orissa Mines, TVS, then ONGC. Yeah. So as you can see, a few days back, the stock did try to break out. It was an above average volume, but after that, it has come under some selling pressure and it's below 21 DMA at this moment. And that is why even the buyer demand, because of the distribution in the last few days, buyer demand has gone weak for the stock. And similarly, price strength is also weakened now. Can you show me the market cap and fund holding for the stock? Fund holding, increasing fund holding is still intact. Last couple of recent quarter results have not been updated for the stock. But still, for the last couple of quarters that were reported, the numbers were still good, but price volume action has not been supportive for stock at this moment. Someone who would have bought the stock ideally should have exited at the stock is more than 12% below pivot, and even breach certain key moving averages now. Ideally, buying at this point is not suitable. considering overall, since the fund holding is there, everything is there. If probably price strength and buyer demand improve going forward, and even have since the result season is going on, having a look at the current set of numbers as well. Once that is done, if that 12% to pivot is reclaimed with good price volume action, maybe at that moment the stock can be looked at. At this moment, I mean, it is not fitting the canceling criteria. Next can be TVS. That is the only fear I had. I mean, like most two-wheeler stocks, even TVS has been doing very well. I mean, auto sector is kind of back in flavor, and TVS have been posting very good results for the last 7 to 8 quarters. In terms of ratings, it is one of the best in the two-wheeler OEM segment. But the only issue with the stock at this moment is that it has broken out multiple amount of times, and at this moment that the current breakout stage count is stage 4B, which according to our O'Neill criteria is a very late stage base, which are prone to failure. And that is why, I mean, apart anything, everything else looks very supportive in terms of fund holding and ratings, in terms of the market, or in terms of the business outlook given by the company, in terms of the numbers delivered by the company. We would just ask market participants to probably wait at this moment in terms of who want to take in a new entry. Probably let the stage count to get reset. Maybe at that moment, one can have a look. Someone who's probably holding the stock from a prior breakout, not a stage 4 breakout, but a stage 3 breakout or earlier, can continue to hold, as the stock is trading above the key moving averages. If the stock reaches a 21 DMA or 50 DMA on above average volumes, at that moment definitely look to book out profit in this stock. Next, ONGC. The stock at this moment is more than 16% of pivot. That means that it is not there in the ideal buy zone. And even last few quarter results, in terms of last 4 to 5 quarter results, have been very volatile for the stock. But overall, ratings continue to remain good. As you can see, price strength of 73 is there. Buyer demand of A plus. Even the RS line is moving higher, which is a good sign. Someone who's currently holding the stock can still hold the stock because it is trading well above the key moving averages, and there is no certain price volume pressure at this moment in terms of any distribution happening at this moment. Couple of odd distribution days, days of distribution I can see within the stock on the right hand side of the breakout, but it has still not breaken out at this. It has still not broken down its 21 DMA. If you look from the breakout, the stock has never went below the 21 DMA. So it is holding 21 DMA very respectively at this moment. So if 21 DMA gets taken out on above average volumes, then definitely this stock will become a no-no, and at that moment should definitely look out to book profits in this stock.
Thanks, Wakar. I'll take few queries.
Yeah.
We start with the Welspun Corp. The stock has formed a stage 1 cup base pattern, and it has recently broken out from that base pattern, and it is currently trading in the ideal buy range. As you can see here, it is 3% from the pivot in the last 16 trading sessions. So there is not much movement after breakout, which is lagging. Previously also we had taken on the breakout and a similar action was there. The momentum was lacking, and we could not make out good gains out of it. That is the reason we exited it. Similar kind of price volume action is happening currently as well. Volumes have come down since breakout, which is not a good sign. Ratings wise, it is looking good. EPS is still at good at 81. Price strength has slightly deteriorated to 65. This is majorly because of stocks underperformance when compared to the overall general market. Buyer demand is still intact. It is very highest at A plus. That is mainly because near to the breakout and near the breakout, the stock has seen good surge in the volume, which is a very positive sign. Number of funds has seen a dip in the recent quarter, which is a negative sign. Ideally, we would like to see increasing in funds on quarter-on-quarter basis, but that is lacking in this. So overall, fundamentally a very good story, but technical aspects are not looking positive at this current moment. And I think we need to wait for another base formation and take a call from there. And for those who are holding it in their portfolio, I think 50 DMA can be kept as a stop loss. I think what is the distance? Oh, it is more than 10% from here. So uh, it's a very risk reward wise, it's slightly on the higher side, but it is trading very close to the 21 DMA. If that is breached on higher volumes, you can start trimming your positions. Next is Coforge. This stock has been forming a very long cup based pattern. It is very close to the pivot. Currently, it is trading near or forming handle, you can say, and it is just 2% to the pivot. Volumes have completely dried up in the 5 to 6 trading sessions. That is a very good sign. Ideally, when the stock is forming any handle portion, you would like to see it declining in volumes, which is a very good sign. Uh, but the overall base formation is not very ideal, you can say, because the depth has been very higher and there is wide and loose price patterns as well in between. That is one concern. Ideally, we would like to see stock consolidating or having lesser depth during the base formation. And if you look at the ratings section, EPS is good still uh, at 75 despite decreasing in profits in the current quarter, that is June quarter. Price strength has deteriorated much because of stocks underperformance. Most of the stocks from the broader market indices have been doing good. From mid and small cap spaces are doing good, but this stock has still not broken out and it has been a laggard, you can say. So that is the reason our slight rating has been poor. So let's give it a time for this stock as well because there are ample of stocks in the current market which are looking good. Next is Spandana Sphoorty. Spandana Sphoorty, the stock, the company involves in NBFC space, you can say, majorly focused in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana operations are. And if you look at the stocks chart, you can see here the overall momentum is on the downside. The trend is clearly on the downside. It breached all its key moving averages. It peaked around January, and since then, starting from the January, it has been continuously trending lower and lower. In the meantime, it breached its all key moving averages, which we track, and that is the reason. And the action has been reflected in the ratings as well. You can see here, technical ratings have been very lowest. Price strength is almost lowest at 3. Buyer demand is lowest at E. EPS has also been very poor because of stocks not able to deliver good set of numbers. So definitely you can say it's a very major laggard, and according to us, we do not encourage investing in stocks which are trading below moving averages. And if you are asking about if you are holding this in your portfolio already, I think it's not uh, a good thing at this current juncture. It's better to exit at the current market price and with invest in other leading stocks. There is no major support as well going forward, so it's better to exit at the current market price. Next is IRED. Recently listed company, you can say here. It's listed in December last year. From there, it has formed a IPO based pattern and it has given very good returns from the IPO based pattern. And after that, there is a good consolidation and stock formed a cup with handle based pattern. And there was knee jerk action. Not This is because of macro event news related event, that is election results were announced. Apart from that, it has been a very good trajectory from there as well. But if you observe the last 2 weeks of action, there is slight sell-off. You can say profit booking mostly because volumes has been on the lower side. So there is some kind of profit booking happening at this current moment, looking at the price volume action. Initiating fresh entries is not advised at this moment. There is no major or alternative buy point at this moment. If you are holding it and if you are asking when to exit, I think 21 DMA is very close. So I think it is better to book partial profits when 21 DMA is breached, and final exit can be done at 50 DMA. Until then, you can continue to hold partial shares.
Thanks, Raj. I'll take few PN videos. The stock gave a breakout from a stage 5 consolidation base, so it's quite higher one. So chances of big win is a bit on the lesser side whenever the base count is very high. Okay, and after the breakout, it gave some good momentum, maybe 15-20% here and there, but it found like from 149 it reversed and it also breached its 21 DMA. So since last almost a month for entire July, it traded in a narrow range and was choppy around the green line, that is the 21 DMA. So अभी करने का क्या है, नहीं लिया है तो according to only high state basis we don't suggest, but if your research is thorough and you feel that okay the story is good, then the stock is very close to its buy zone. तो अगर यहाँ से ये 21 DMA लेके प्रीवियस डे के हाई के ऊपर एक बार ट्रेड करने लगे, स्पेशली आई थिंक या 137 जोन इज अ बिट क्लस्टर फॉर दिस, तो वहां पे आप एंट्री ले सकते हैं, ठीक है, बट you should know that it's a high stage base. On the flip side, if you are already holding the stock in decent profit, hold कर सकते हो. 50 DMA around 120 है, वहां पे stop loss लगाने का. Like 120 has been a support for many times. Like July 22 को भी लो बनाया था वहां पे, July 23rd को, एंड नाउ द 50 DMA इज ऑल्सो अराउंड द सिमिलर लेवल. तो वहां पे एक ध्यान रखने का. बाकी स्टोरी अच्छा है इसका, ठीक है. बॉन्ड इंडेक्स में इंडिया आने से ग्रेजुअली इन लोगों का मार्क टू मार्केट भी अभी बढ़ सकता है. फिस्कल डेफिसिट कम होने की वजह से भी ब्रॉडली इनका मार्क टू मार्केट पे थोड़ा इम्पैक्ट पॉजिटिव साइड आ सकता है, एंड देयर बिजनेस इज ऑल्सो growing decently well. So overall the story is good, but yeah, technically it's a high state base. That's the only important thing to remember. Now this Calbros, okay, here again same 5 stage basis, 6 stage base, वहां से भी एक ऊपर गया है, and also the result is near. So always try to avoid the stock fresh entry या exit when the result is quite near, especially the entry. यहाँ पे अगर आप होल्ड कर रहे हो देन अगेन 21 डी में 350 360 का जोन इंपॉर्टेंट है सपोर्ट के लिए. Below that you should or you can consider to exit. Otherwise, the fundamentals, the fund holdings, excellent. Like this is the typical canceling stock that you always dream to have in your portfolio. Like everything up to the mark. Okay. And the only thing is it's a high stage base, so you need to be careful on that front. But if you are already holding the stock, then no need to worry. maybe the 350, 360 zone, or if you are more confident, then even the 50 DMA can work if you have bought it quite early. Otherwise, it's a very good story, quality stock, and the autos are really in favor. So with the OEMs, I think the ancillaries will also join the rally. It has already joined, but it might intensify a bit more from here. Okay, the next question is related to the defense group, defense stock as a basket. See, defense stock as a basket is really good. It might look a bit extended, right? If you look for the stocks like BEL, okay. So, but they have also gone through since last couple of months, they have gone through a bit of consolidation, testing their 50 DMA. If you look at the BEL, if you look at the HAL, okay, similar thing, it has breached its 50 DMA. So technically, whenever the stock breaches 50 DM and not, it's good to book profit or cut losses. So rather than going as a basket, go as a stock, like which stock that you are holding or which stock that you plan to invest in. So look at the technicals over there. As a basket, it looks really good. The way the Make in India thing is going, the way the exports are increasing. I think over the next 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, these stocks will continue to give good return. But as always, like when in every sector, every stock, वो एक छोटा सा पैच आता है जहाँ पे एक करेक्शन आएगा, मान लो 15-20-25% का करेक्शन आया, जैसे हाल है, इट्स ऑलरेडी 14% ऑफ हाई. हियर देयर इज इंडिकेटर ऑलरेडी ओ एच, ठीक है. तो ये 14% ऑफ हाई है, ठीक है. 5-7% और गया, अगर आप ऊपर की साइड में लिए फंसे हो तो इधर इट विल हिट योर स्टॉप लॉस एंड यू गो आउट. और वो होता है ना कि भाई गिर गया तो मैं लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर बन गया. तो या तो आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर बन जाओगे साइकोलॉजिकली, सो दैट थिंग कैन हैपन. बट आई थिंक सी हाउ टू ट्रेड अ स्टॉक लाइक दिस. यहाँ पे मान लो अगर 50 और 21 फिर से हाई वॉल्यूम पे रिक्लेम होता है, then that is the ideal time as a alternate entry from the O'Neill point of view. And I think let's wait for the result में क्या आता है उसके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है. बाकी अगर बायर डिमांड देखे तो अच्छी है, प्राइस ट्रेंड अच्छी है, थिंग्स आर क्वाइट वेल. ओके, यहाँ पे एक अच्छा एक्यूमुलेशन हुआ है, सो दीज जोन्स विल ऑलवेज प्रोवाइड अ गुड सपोर्ट टू स्टॉक, क्योंकि अच्छा एक्यूमुलेशन हुआ है. कोई मेजर ऐसा सेल ऑफ नहीं आया है 2-4 दिन छोड़ के, स्पेशली ओवर हियर. Yeah, so as a basket overall, the different stocks are looking good, but you need to be stock specifics and technical specific.
Thanks, Roshan. I'll
Yeah.
take some queries. NBCC. Again, I mean, the stock has been doing extremely well, but new position or entering any at this point in time is not favorable, as the stock is more than 18% from pivot, and it's kind of consolidating around the 21 DMA. And as you can see, volume is slightly lower than average, I mean, on the fall days. So still, I mean, not that much of deterioration in buyer demand, and that's why you can see buyer demand for the stock is still at A plus. Fund holding for the stock is still improving in very high double digits, which is a good sign. Fundamentals are also good. Last couple of quarter results have been good for the stock, along with ROE at 16%, still very good. Someone holding the stock can continue to hold, as the stock is finding good support at the 21 DMA. If the stock reaches 50 DMA at above average volume, maybe at that moment can look to book out profit. And I mean, ideally, a new position at this moment should not be taken. The next can be IRFC. So again, even last year, last couple of years, even railway stocks were in a lot of focus, and similarly, even IRFC was in focus as well. Currently, the stock is just 1% below pivot. It tried to re-break out, but after that, I mean, around the budget days, as you can see, the stock came under selling pressure, and that is the time it happened. Can you show me the stage count? Yeah. It's a stage 4 count. That is why, I mean, that's why we always say that stage 4 count and higher are always prone to failure, because at that moment we don't know what can lead to that failure. But some major news announcements or even result update can probably lead to extended stocks which are probably breaking out from late stage basis to fail. At this moment, people who are interested in the stock should do a couple of things: that wait for the result to come in, to wait for the stage count to get reset. Once probably the stage count gets reset and there is clarity on the results, maybe at that point in time, it can be I mean, a stock to keep in your watch list, since uh, overall the price volume action has not much deteriorated considering the price strength and buyer demand. But the last few days of selling has been on above average volume. So going forward, once the stage count gets reset, uh, I mean, that is the ideal time for one to look at this stock. The next can be ACC. So the stock has been very volatile. As you can see, the depth of the base has been too much. I mean, because of the volatility and even so not the most ideal base, and that is why you can see during the base itself, there is no clear cut left half and right half of the base, where probably on both the ends, the stock was very volatile and going above and below the key moving averages and a lot of times. And the main thing to see is that on the right hand side of the base, even when the stock started moving higher, the RS line is still moving down, and that is why the price strength of the stock has reached to 42, which is not ideal. And that is why if we look at it, apart from the June quarter result, before that the results were good, but the June quarter result has not been that good, and that is why maybe the stock was not able to sustain on the breakout, and has gone more than 10% below pivot. And even the last few days there has been heavy selling, and because of the heavy selling, the stock has breached the 21 DMA and the 50 DMA on above average volume. So at this moment, definitely not the ideal time to have a look at the stock from a buying perspective. Uh, Even as you can see, the fund holding for the stock has been decreasing. Let certain good results in terms of numbers come back with the stock. Let the fund holding build back with the stock. Maybe at that moment, and even the price volume action to be get in terms of better for the stock. An RS of 42 is definitely bad. So let that come back maybe to a 55-60 with an upward trending RS line. With all these factors coming into play, when all of them will start dominating, then probably we can have a look at the stock.
Thanks, Bokar. I'll take
Sure.
queries. There is a HPL Power stock has been asked in YouTube query. Okay, let's HBL Power. Oh, yeah. If you look at the stage count, this is one of the rarest companies to form such a high stage count. It is currently broken out from stage 8 consolidation. I think it's very rare you'll see such high numbers in terms of stage count. We have already emphasized on the importance of stage count and why late stage bases are considered risky. But apart from that, if you look at the ratings, everything is looking good. Starting with fundamentals, technicals, ratings, RS, buyer demand, A by D rating, everything has been ticking the boxes. Number of funds has also been good. Improvement of nearly 15% funds in the previous quarter. So most of the numbers are looking good. Ratings are looking good. Only concern is it's a very late stage base, you can say. So from that perspective, we are not advising to add at the breakout. But if you are looking for whether to exit or whether to hold, currently it is trading very close to the pivot. It is I think 1% down from the pivot after breakout. So it's a very tight range. It is been trading from the breakout. The momentum has been lagged. There is lacking momentum after breakout. We would like to see any stock to find momentum and quickly come out of the buy range and uh, rally around 10 to 15% within a week or two. But that is not happening. And I think 8% low stop loss can be kept a hard stop loss because there is no major support from the current market price. 50 DMA is slightly more than that. So if you are waiting for 50 DMA, your profits will be eroded. So I think a hard stop loss of 8% from the buy price can be kept as stop loss. Next is NTPC, another YouTube query. Stage 4, again, stage 4 breakout. I think most of the stocks currently, because the ongoing rally has been very intact and since from the, I think from last more than a year, the Nifty has been, mid caps and small caps have been rallying higher and higher. So that is the major observation. If you look at majority of the stocks, you'll see higher stage counts. The same thing happened for NTPC as well. It's a broken out from stage 4 consolidation base. It's a very good breakout on in terms of price volume action. The volume has been very good on the day of breakout, and from there it advanced 8% in 6 trading sessions, which is a very good sign. Ratings have been good enough, you can say. EPS has been at 75. March quarter has been a dip in terms of profits for the company, but that has been recovered in the June quarter, which is a good sign. Price strength has been good as well. It is at 72. Buyer demand has also been good. So overall ratings wise, it is looking good. Fresh entry is not advised, and if you are looking for whether to exit and what is the level to monitor for exit, I think below pivot you can start trimming positions, and whenever it breaches 21 DMA or 50 DMA, you can exit completely your positions. Next is Zomato. Very similar to what we have observed in terms of NTPC as well. It's a stage 4 breakout, and from there 15% rally in 20 trading sessions. A very good sign. It has found good momentum, and today's action has also been very good, more than 3% up, and the volume has been significantly higher if you compare with yesterday's or previous 1 week of trading average volume. Price action has been intact, very good. Ratings have also been good. Recently, it has turned profitable as well, which is a very good sign. And sales have been growing at a rate of 50% for the last 2 quarters, which is a very good sign. Ratings, if you look at the technical ratings in particular, they are looking good as well. RS strength at 85, buyer demand at A minus. Both of them are also looking good. Most of the parameters are looking good. Only thing is it's already broken out stock and extended from the pivot. Fresh entry is not advised, but for stop loss levels, I think you can keep 21 DMA, which is has acted as a good support in the last 2 weeks back as well. So that can be kept as a stop loss, and you can continue to hold until that level is breached.
Thanks, Raj. I'll take few. I'll take one BSC. So this has been a stock under discussion. So after a huge rally over in 2023, it was one of the biggest winner in 2023. It went a bit sideways, formed a couple of cup patterns, but failed to break out. First time, the second time it broke out, hit power to pivot, but it reversed suddenly. Firstly, due to some of the SEBI fee change rules that was considered, उसकी वजह से एक gap down opening हुआ, वहां से कोई major recovery नहीं हो पाई थी, and there was some sharp fall from there, as it was quite extended. and it breached key moving averages, but at last it found support near the 200 DMA, and from there it has rebound. And now see, the fall was on a relatively lower volume. यहाँ पे देखो क्या जोरदार accumulation हुआ था ये stock का, ठीक है? So it has been a very good accumulation even over here on the right side of the curve. Okay, but now when the stock was falling, okay, almost 25% fall, the volume was very low. And again, when it started to pick up, look at the volume that has started to increase and low volume in between when it was going down. So the technical setup is excellent. Okay, the results have been really good. Last few quarters results are excellent. ROE of 27, superb. EPS is good. RS is rebounding. Buyer demand is good. थोड़ा फंड होल्डिंग ऊपर नीचे हुआ, बट ब्रॉडली अगर आप लास्ट 1 year से कंपेयर करें तो दैट हैज इम्प्रूव्ड सिग्निफिकेंटली. Okay, the stock has reclaimed the 50 DMA, which is very good. If you are holding the stock, then now I think the recent low becomes very important as a stop loss. 6 दिन में इसका result है, so fresh position not suggested, just 6 days before the result. But I think once the result is out, it might form some base over here. And after the breakout, you can always watch out for that. But if you are holding the stock, you can continue to do it. Fresh position as of now, according to O'Neill, not suggested. Otherwise, the story, see, there's no we have discussed the story a lot of times. The BSE, the market in India, the way they were under penetrated, and now the people are coming into the main line on in the market, so the volumes are bound to increase, the commissions will go up. Even the BSE has increased few things in the F&O segment. So the BSE is not the BSE which it was few years back, so now there's a lot of revenue streams that they have improved. So long term story, ग्रोथ इंटेक्ट रह रहा है इस पे, अर्निंग्स भी मिल रहा है, सो वहां पे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. जस्ट टेक्निकल यू शुड बी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट. But as of now, I think technicals be काफी clear है. Okay, few other we may take. One is Dixon. Good stock, decent result आया था, ठीक है. It is a big winner. Stage 2 base से निकला था and almost it rallied 80-90% from that base in less than 6 months. So it was a very good rally in the stock. Okay. No more two ways about that. It found support at 50 DMA and now going higher. So most important thing, 50 DMA is a very good support. So if it breaches 50 DMA, so according to O'Neill, you might consider profit booking or loss cutting if you have bought it at a higher level. The fund holding is good. So sales growth nahi mil raha hai isme if we look at on the standalone basis, but if we see on the consolidated basis, the things are very different. I think there's a huge growth in sales as well as the EPS numbers. The fund holding is also really good. All the ratings, like this is one of the top rating stocks. जैसे हमने अभी एक देखा था from the O'Neill front. So you can always continue to hold it till the time it 50 DMA देखो काफी बार यहाँ पे support मिला है. So that's why I'm considering 50 DMA over here. Right, I will take one more and we can take one from YouTube, that is HDFC AMC. The stock broke out from the stage 2 flat base. It was on a higher volume, but sustain नहीं हुआ. Next day वो election result वाली volatility में फंस गया. ये 15% down था. From there it has started to recover and it has recovered well. And now it is again in the buy zone. So yeah, it's a good time. Like this is the ideal zone to buy if your advisor or if your research suggests so. It has a good ROE of 28%. Okay, EPS is good, the sales growth is good. सब अच्छा है यहाँ पे. RS थोड़ा improve होना चाहिए and it has started to improve. So most importantly, 50 DMA should be used as stop loss and the stock is currently trading in the ideal buy zone according to O'Neill methodology. I'll take one more YouTube query. Trent. This has been one of the topmost multi-bagger quite extended now. You can see it's almost 50% one from 200 DMA. Continuously it is moving higher. Stage 3 base से भी निकल गया था ये, and वहां से भी almost 40% return मिला है. It has good support at 50 DMA. If you are holding the stock, 50 DMA को stop loss use कर सकते हो. Fresh entry not suggested according to O'Neill over here. See, growth drivers are intact. The way इनका जो सारा business verticals है, चाहे कि मान लो वेस्ट साइड हो या फिर जारा हो, एंड अदर्स, द इन हाउस ब्रांड का जो इसका सेल्स और मार्जिन्स है, दैट हैज बीन एक्सेलेंट, एंड दैट्स व्हाट गेटिंग रिफ्लेक्टेड इन ईपीएस ग्रोथ, sales growth. Okay, the fund holding is growing, so it's excellent story, and it might continue to do well, but buying at such a high price, you might use a good stop loss, then it's fine. So if you are buying now, then you should use a good stop loss, and your risk management should be very strong. Otherwise, broadly, for long term, it's a good story. If you are holding it, use 50 DM and stop. What are you taking?
Yes, I'm taking. Yes, I'm taking. I'm there. Just scrolling through queries. Just give me a second. I'm there. So can you give
Can
me?
take IKIO Lighting first, I think.
Okay, fine. You can give me then some random queries after this. No problem. So I'll take IKIO Lighting. So as you can see, the trend for the stock has just been one way, that is downward. So definitely not a stock to look out during that phase. But since in the last couple of months, the stock has formed a low around 245 levels, kind of reclaimed this 50 DMA, even 200 DMA after that. But the only issue, I mean, there are more than one issue in terms of price strength. The stock is still weak, and even the EPS strength, because the last couple of quarter results was not that good for this stock, and even the stock has not been an institutional favorite. That is, the fund holding for the stock, even with a very small base, is still declining, which is not a good sign. So going forward, which I'll probably suggest is that a lot of improvement needs to happen with the stock in terms of number one, fund holding needs to improve on the fundamental side. The numbers in terms of the business numbers, the EPS and the sales numbers need to improve, and even the price volume action also needs to improve, where a new base needs to get formed, and probably even the RS line has to move higher. Once probably all these things come into picture, maybe at that moment one can have a look at this stock. The next we can go, yeah, GRSCs. So again, I mean, after the last breakout, the stock had a one-way journey, and it is around more than 174 percent from the pivot. But what needs to be looked at is that after the good set of rally, the stock is kind of consolidating at this moment around the 21 DMA, below the 21 DMA. But the good thing is that look at the volumes. I mean, the volumes have kind of dried up when the fall is happening. That is, weak hands are probably exchanging, weak hands are moving out of the stock, and the strong hands are still there. That means no major signs of distribution is there. Even the fund holding for the stock, even at this level, is still improving overall in terms of EPS strength, price strength, buyer demand. Everything is there with the stock. You talk about the fundamentals. The fundamentals is also superb with the stock. In terms of alternate entry, maybe on a reclaim of 21 DMA with someone with a very high risk attitude can maybe have a look. But from the conditional, from the standard conditions of O'Neill, maybe at that moment we can't. Rashid, can you show me the previous stage count? So previous stage count is 3B. So if even if a new base gets formed, that will be a late stage base, that is a stage 4 base. New entries probably looks very difficult. Maybe if the stock breaches 50 DMA, maybe on a reclaim of 50 DMA at that moment can look at it, because even a reset of stage count becomes very difficult, because the stock is more than 175% from the previous pivot at this moment. So to breach that lows becomes very, very difficult for the stock. I mean, it can happen, but looks quite difficult. Someone who's holding on to the stock can definitely hold, because all the selling that has happened has been on lower volume. So no major selling pressure up till now. If the stock reclaims the 21 DMA, well and good. If from here, I mean, the 50 DMA looks around 10-12% from here. If that gets breached out on above average volumes, can definitely exit the stock then.
Thanks, Wakar. I'll take food pairings now. That is
Okay.
with Biotic. What is the stage code, Rashid, for this? Can you highlight that? Okay, it's a stage 5 breakout. Again, a late stage base breakout. It broke out in the yesterday session, I think. Today, it almost a bearish reversal kind of pattern. It formed, it traded higher, but it closed near the day's low and in the negative territory. But if you look at the other pointers and try to analyze from the O'Neill's perspective, EPS is good enough at 78. Last 4 quarters earnings have been good. Consistent growth in terms of sales, and profits have been growing more than sales, which is a very good sign that shows that margins have been improving over the quarters. Technical ratings have also been very intact. That is obviously because of stocks outperformance and recently last 3 to 4 months it has been a very good performer. Only concern is it's a late stage base. So apart from that, it's a very good stock to hold, but taking fresh entry is not advised. Next is TTML. It's a very long consolidation base. It has been forming, and almost the period is almost 10 to 11 months of period. It's a very long base pattern. So this is not an ideal base formation, which we ideally would like to see a period of 3 to 5 weeks or 7 weeks at max. But these long elongated base patterns are not ideal according to us. We do not consider them as ideal base patterns. Ratings have also been deteriorated. You can see EPS has been lowest at 16. The company has been consistently reporting negative EPS, that is losses for the last 4 to 5 quarters. It's not a good sign, even though there is growth in terms of sales, but overall the business it is involved, it is not able to generate profits. And I think the operational profits on the operational front also it is not positive, and majorly because of debt, if I'm not wrong. Repaying its debt interest has been a very major issue for the company. RS has also been very poor. So we do not, it's a laggard, you can say. So we are not advising to invest in laggards. So look for leaders, especially when the market is in confirmed uptrend. You'll find lots of leaders which are breaking out from their base patterns and giving good buy points. Next is Action Construction Engineering Equipment. That is
Maybe
common.
one or two queries, maybe last, Raj, then we close the session.
Sure, Rishit, I think after this we can take one more and we can call it a day. This is currently forming stage 3 consolidation base pattern, I think. And during the base, yes, it's a stage 3 base pattern. The length of the base is slightly on the higher side, but it is okay, manageable, you can say. The volumes have dried up completely and during the first part of base pattern, and price action has also been dried up. You can say it's trading in a very narrow range, nothing much happening on the price action and volume action both. So maybe it is the results are also behind us. June quarter numbers have also come out. So there is no major action or major event which is ahead of us. So I think market participants are still not interested or to take a decisive call whether to enter or exit. So not much happening on that front. EPS has been very good. That is reflected because of consistent growth in sales and profits. RS has been slightly on the lower. You can say it's a parent of rating, but it has been moving sideways for the last 4 to 5 months of period. So you can consider it being an underperformer when compared to benchmark indices. That is why RS line has been moving sideways as well. So ideal patiently is not advised because there is still a long way to go ahead for the breakout. And if you are holding it, I think that there is no major support at this current moment. It is already breached 50 DM. So it ideally you should exit when it breached its 50 DM. I think last query for the day, GAIL will talk about it, and we can, if you feel your query is still unanswered, you can write to us on mail. We'll find time during working days, and we'll try to answer your query on mail as well. Coming back to GAIL query, it's recently broken out from stage 2 base pattern, but just after breakout, major macroeconomic event has come out and it has seen a knee-jerk reaction along with most of the stocks in the Indian market. But after that, there has been a very consistent rally. I can say it picked up momentum. It's very similar to the overall market. Nifty and mid cap movement has been very similar as well. So on that front, it has done very good after that knee-jerk reaction. Currently, it has been extended 12% from the pivot. There is no fresh entry is not advised. I think the user is asking about whether to exit or whether to hold. If you have already taken position in this particular stock, I think you can continue to hold it because there is no major selling happening. There are a couple of sessions where it closed on the lower side, but the volume was lacking on those sessions, which is a very good sign. You can keep a stop loss around 21 DMA, and from there 50 DMA can be kept as a hard stop loss, and you can exit completely from the position. We have taken the stocks. I think almost most of the stocks we have taken. I think we can take one more final trill query as well because that has also been asked.
It's not only late, but I think the stage is also too late over here. It's a
Yeah.
it's a stage. So got some good example of higher stage basis today while the discussions. The ratings are excellent. The EPS, price trend, buy demand, group rank, sub badhiya. Number of fund is increasing. The recent quarter results have been excellent, but it's quite high stage based. So ideally not advised. But if you're already holding the stock, then I think the low of this base or 50 DMA should be used as a stop loss. And yeah, so no suggestions to buy this on breakout. But overall, the story is very good. I think anything related to the power sector, the way the things are going in India as far as the electric power distribution and generation systems are working, it's been excellent. So if you are holding the stock, then you can continue to hold. But the fresh entry over here is not suggested. So that's it for today's session. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. See you tomorrow at 8:45 a.m. in the morning in pre-bell. So Raj will be taking it and we'll be discussing a lot about how the US market went and what should you look in the morning as the market is ready to start. So thank you for joining the session.